I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make them bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your man, Uncle Freezy. What's good? Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. I just got to join. I want to play for y'all real quick.
The winner of the 2022 AT&T Slam Dunk Contest from the New York Knicks. Let's hear it for Obi Toppin.
I figure I spread some love and some joy amongst us, you know what I'm saying? Represent for my young fella. Yeah, I'm Obi. When I put this on your head, I'm Obi. When I smash this on your head, I'm Obi. When I bang this on your head, I'm Obi. You know my name when I'm popping on your head. Last year they jerked us from the dunk test. This year I'm back, you know I'm Mobex. I hold it down my own, represent the city. All my Mars underground cats stay gritty. 5 times we winners on the showcase. Never mind the Reggies, let them all hate. From New York to Cleveland, that all-star weekend. If I don't win that trophy, I ain't leaving. 6'9", incredible with the vertical. Medical prints on the rim means I'm surgical. Posterize you with a flick cause you playing gutter. Same house like my dad when he played at the Rucker. How you wanted the alley-oop from out the roof. If I was Blake, I would've jumped over a new coupe. My shoe game by the greatest, so I stay sporting. Some OB hot topping, so I went Jordan. That windmill from the wing, it'll make the garden buzz. Then take off with one bounce where Fat Joe was. The next morning, everybody saying it's my night. The great Warner will be talking on my highlights. That one jersey be swerving through the back cuts. And I ain't drunk when I tell Quick to throw it up. Get out my way, you ain't seen that no look pass. The next dunk, Mike Darryl talk and break the glass. When I put this on your head, I'm Obi. When I smash this on your head, I'm Obi. When I bang this on your head, I'm Obi. You know my name when I'm popping on your head, I'm Obi. When I put this on your head, I'm Obi. When I smash this on your head, I'm Obi. When I bang this on your head, I'm Obi. You know my name when I'm popping on your head. Last year they jerked us from the dunk test. This year I'm back, you know I'm Mobex. I hold it down my own, represent the city. All my Mars underground cats stay gritty. 5 times we winners on the showcase. Never mind the Reggies, let them all hate. From New York to Cleveland, that all-star weekend. If I don't win that trophy, I ain't leaving. Y'all know what time it is. It's your boy J Boogie. I don't play no games with this. I support our team to the fullest, you know what I'm saying? But I only got one thing to say. Play the young kids, that's it. Y'all know where our future is at. The future is with them. Not in the past, not in the present, the future. Let's go, let's go. When I bang this on your head, I'm Obi. You know my name when I'm topping on your head, I'm Obi.
Yo, party people in the place to be. Let's get it started. Let's get it started like we normally start. Blue tears orange tears. Blorange tears. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. All right. So throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. Let's go. Let's go. I want to start the joint. Right, with a quote from the great American poet, Grand Poobah. And Grand Poobah says, now a lot of people think this is easy as it looks. Books and books of rhyme, concepts, and hooks. Stressing is stressing to get thoughts manifested. Session to session hit the world with a blessing. Let's go. Let's go. And for the Orlando Magic, I have a quote for you as well. And the rest of the NBA, I have a quote for you too. And so I'm going to quote the great American poet Prodigy. And Prodigy said, there's a war going on outside no man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever from these streets that we done took. You walk around, you walk with your head down, scared to look. You shook, because there's no such things as halfway crooks. Let's go, party people. In case you can't tell, I had my day of reckoning. Right? So I had a day of reckoning. I'm just gonna clear up some stuff real quick. I want to do the tip off. Let me do the tip off really quick. Tip off starts with a T. Get past all these intros and stuff. There it is. All right. So enough is enough, right? Enough is enough. This thing with me and Obi has gone too far, right? This thing with me and Obi has gone too far. So I'm on record calling Obi Toppin a dunk contest participant. I am on record calling Obi Toppin trash. I am on record calling Obi Toppin a lot of stuff outside of a quality NBA player. Right? Hold on. That was the producer. She just wanted me to before I get into this thing about Obi. The producer wanted to make sure I was in a right mental state. You sure? You sure you want to do this about Obi? Yeah, I guess. So I want to backtrack a little about Obi Toppin. Right? This is me, Uncle Freezy, backtracking a little bit about Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin is not just a dunk contest participant. Obi Toppin is not just a dunk contest participant. Obi Toppin is more than that. Did y'all see Emmanuel Quickley's triple-double? Did y'all see Emmanuel Quickley's triple-double yesterday? Was it not impressive? All right, let me throw. Hey, I gotta do a super short show today because I'm trying to make an event with Karen Fung. I'm trying to show some love for Karen Fung. So I'm gonna try to do a super short joint today. Not that I don't want to rock with y'all, because I do, because I believe the future is now, but I also like supporting our people. So Karen, I'm gonna try to be there, boss. Okay. So Karen, there's a joint for 11:30. I'm gonna try to make that one. If you still here, I'm gonna try to do the one for 11:30. Anything after that, I can't guarantee, because I'll probably be wasted, sleepy by then. So, all right. So here's the thing. All right, let me do this right quick. Yo, what's the boss?
What's up, man? How are you?
I am okay. I'm about to have my day of reckoning with about Obi Toppin.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm about to have my day of reckoning with Obi Toppin, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know it. So chat. I'm about to say something to y'all, and I know what y'all are gonna say. No, Uncle Freezy, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't jump on the bandwagon. Don't jump on the Emmanuel Quickley, Obi Toppin bandwagons. Don't jump out of the window over one good game against a terrible team. Don't forecast. Don't project both of these players as multiple-time All-Stars just because they shined against a depleted Orlando Magic team who had the ugliest uniforms you ever saw in your life on yesterday. They looked like the Orlando Magic yesterday looked like pool team 8. Anybody that played AAU, you know how you play in pools or whatever, and then everybody, there's a chart, everybody, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So here goes. Emmanuel Quickley may be the point guard of the future for the New York Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And this is for the chat. Just chat, hear me out. Emmanuel Quickley may be the point guard of the future for the New York Knicks. And this is also for the chat. Obi Toppin may be the power forward of the future for the New York Knicks. Now, me giving Obi Toppin some credit about anything, I know this sounds like a stretch. Maybe it sounds like Knicks for clicks. I don't do Knicks for clicks, man. I don't need to do Knicks for clicks, right? We don't need to do that. We don't need to do Knicks for clicks. But recently, Obi Toppin has started to look like a quality NBA player. And I know what y'all gonna say. Uncle Freezy, I've been telling you forever. Tibbs just needed to give him minutes. He just needed playing time. I know. But I'm from the school of take care of the little bit that you have. That way, when more comes, you'll be able to take care of that too. And I just wasn't, for some reason, I just wasn't seeing it. I don't believe in a rhythm player. Like, oh, I got to get lathered up before I get going. I don't believe in that because I believe you gotta keep what you kill, so to speak.
Yeah.
As opposed to have stuff given to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there are going to be people in the chat like, Uncle Freezy, you were doing Obi dirty. I know. I know. But here's the thing. The sample size wasn't big enough for me to jump out of the window for Obi. Right? The sample size just wasn't big enough. Did Obi have double-digit rebounds yesterday?
No. He had 8 rebounds, 1 offensive, 3 assists, 1 block, 20 points, 7 to 16 shooting, 4 10 from 3, 2 2 for the free throw.
Are you impressed with this stat line?
Whether I'm impressed or not is not my thing. My thing is that if I play Obi 30, and I said this before, if I play Obi 30, 35 minutes a night, if I play him in Randall's minutes and he scores a couple of points less, a couple of rebounds less, and an assist or 2 less, I'm saying I would go with that because he'll be 20 million less. And me knowing damn well that Julius Randle ain't going to bring me to jack crap.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm getting at.
So was I impressed yesterday?
Yeah.
I mean, not really. Because, the Magic were there.
The Magic
there was a
were
lot
depleted.
Yeah, they were heavily depleted. That was a painful game to watch yesterday.
Very.
And shout out to everybody that came to the hangout yesterday. Yeah, we sat together and we induced the pain together because it was an ugly one. And so I don't want to judge should Obi, be positioned to power forward starting and off that game. Because you could tell like dudes were just playing around. Like you could tell like, it wasn't a real intense. Obi's actually been in some games this year that they've been intense and he's had to perform and he's performed well with extended minutes. So I would use that more as a sampling point than last night.
I am in the opposite mindset, right? Because I think you should dominate weaker competition, right? Okay. That's what I'm getting at. So my mindset has changed on Obi because I feel like you shouldn't step up to the next level until you dominate the level that you're currently at.
Okay.
Right. And to see Obi dominate, kinda, because I think 20 points is not an easy thing to do in the NBA. Now, I know a lot of people do it.
Absolutely not.
I know a lot of people do it, right? People will say, hey, a lot of people, man, Brandon Jennings scored 50 points in the game and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
So Quickley having a triple-double and Obi scoring 20 points, a career high, was impressive to me.
I got you.
Right?
I got you. What'd you think of Quickley last night? Trade up.
I know.
It's first.
I know. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Sound like he was in a laundromat.
Oh my bad. I was walking outside, but I wanted to chime in a little bit with what Freezy said. But I'm gonna mute myself till I get in a more quiet place.
Okay. I thought Rivera was making a fruit smoothie or something just now.
Nah. It's construction. You know how New York is.
Yeah.
I
thought he was in the washing machine.
Yeah, I thought he was in there. Yeah, just
nah. New York is a loud place.
Oh, I know.
So the thing about Obi is I'm not ready to jump out of the window, but I am ready to flag down the bandwagon so that it may slow down so I can jump on.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know what yesterday proved to me about those two? That they belong in the NBA.
Okay.
And that they should receive minutes.
Okay.
And that if you're having, for example, with Quickley, if you're having an issue with point guard and you feel whether we agree or disagree he's a point guard or not, the fact that we're having an issue with that and we're depleted and Al Burke has to play out of position instead of him being with the second unit to do so, there should be absolutely no discussion whatsoever throughout the whole organization that Emmanuel Quickley should have been starting.
Yep.
And that Obi should have been getting at least 20 minutes a night.
Right. At a minimum.
Yeah.
And okay. All right. So I heard something funny last night. I just wanted to share it with y'all. The Orlando Magic announcers, was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. The Cleveland Cavaliers announcers were so frustrated with the Knicks that they started slandering the Knicks. I don't know if y'all caught that or not.
I didn't watch the Orlando.
Yeah, nah. MSG only.
The Cleveland broadcaster is what I'm getting at. They were like,
Cleveland.
And so the Cleveland broadcast was like, and there go the Knicks throwing out the Bible team. They got Jericho, Emmanuel, and who else has a biblical name? Who else has a biblical name? Who else has a Bible name? Somebody else on the Knicks has a Bible name. Like it's Emmanuel, Jericho.
Yeah, I don't know.
And there's a third person. I can't remember the third person. Jericho, Emmanuel.
That's funny though.
Yo, they were so mad at the Knicks that they couldn't slander them about basketball. They had to slander them about something else. Obi, that's it. Obadiah.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to be wrong.
Yeah, it was like
that's his full name.
Huh?
That's his full name.
Yeah, Obadiah. Yeah.
Obadiah.
Obadiah,
go ahead, get the damn pigs out of the goddamn farm right now.
Yeah. Cleveland was so frustrated that they couldn't just blow out the Knicks. I'm talking about from the start. They felt like the Knicks were like that team, that lottery team, destined. Their best player wasn't playing. The Knicks should have just came in and just laid down, and he didn't.
In other words, Orlando. We was Orlando against Cleveland.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, yeah, that's probably who we are. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, so my man said the biblical team, Obadiah, Jericho, and Emmanuel, and they joking and stuff about the Knicks, man. So I'm frustrated. Cleveland Cavaliers, I don't like y'all no more. I don't like you no more, Cleveland. But anyway, let me ask you guys this. Is this just a blip on the radar? Is this just the Knicks took advantage of a terrible team that was injury prone, that beat us earlier in the year, that we didn't take them for granted because they beat us. And so we came out serious business to try to put this whack team away.
Yeah, I'll say that. And I just hope they'll keep that same energy for Wednesday because I want that win too. So I would say I will agree with you with that.
Dream the impossible dream, brother. because Wednesday is not happening. Are you saying that you want the same energy against the Brooklyn Nets?
Yeah, I just want to beat them one time. I don't care if we lose a bunch of times. Let's beat them one time.
You know what's crazy? Let me see. Let me look at some stuff real quick. Because who do we play next?
Brooklyn.
Play Brooklyn, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, it's Washington, and then it's Toronto, and then that's a wrap, right?
Yeah.
So, peace, Sam. How you doing, bro?
Hey, what's going on? I'm just chilling, happy to be here.
All good, all good. How's everything with you in school and everything and all that?
Everything's good, man. Just trying to tough it out. Got about 3 more weeks left and then graduation, so I'm just counting down the days.
Man, that's a blessing. Congratulations, bro.
Appreciate it.
No doubt, no doubt.
Congratulations, man.
Where you getting your bachelor's, right? Or you getting your master's?
Oh.
He getting his PhD. He getting his doctorate.
Yeah, I'm getting my bachelor's. I still got about 4 years of school after this, and I'll be done.
I got
Keep going, man.
Yeah, keep it grinding.
You keep it going.
Hey,
You take that bachelor's and that master's and that master's, man. So let me. I'm getting carried away because Obi is one of my favorite players now, so I'm getting carried away.
Oh man.
We tried to tell you, Freezy, that Obi could play.
Hey, how do y'all think we're gonna fare though? Because the Hawks did beat Brooklyn lately, but KD still almost at 60 on them, and they have trade them. We don't.
And they can actually move up in the play-in ranks if they win these next 3 games. They can be in 7th.
Yeah.
Atlanta's still 8th seed now. Technically, Atlanta's 8th seed right now. Brooklyn's in
Right. So I think Brooklyn comes out and plays. I think Brooklyn comes out and plays.
So what happens to Uncle Freezy if Obi lays an egg in this Brooklyn game? So what do I do? Right? Because so I'm not calling him a dunk contest participant anymore. Notice that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Notice I'm saying that he's an NBA player. Right?
Yeah.
Now if he comes out against Brooklyn and he lays an egg, do I get a mulligan? Do I get to go back to calling him Kenny Skywalker?
No. Don't do that. No.
Yeah, that's not right.
And plus, Freezy, you can't do that from a game to game because in the process of development, guys have off nights, and it could be an adjustment period. It could be a growing period for them.
Exactly. RJ just shot 4 for 1,000 the other day. That's Cleveland. So,
but that's RJ. That's our baby. RJ's our baby. You can't.
And Obi's not.
Stuff about.
He's just saying you can't pick and choose. Like you gotta.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Obi, we treat Obi like our stepchild, like the middle child. Like we don't love him that much, but we love him. Like, come on, he was drafted by us. We gotta treat him just as much as we treat.
And here's another thing too. Let's be honest, Freezy. In the last week or two, he has had over 15 minutes, 18 minutes of playing, and he's been pretty consistent.
Obi
with his play, yeah, Obi.
Okay.
So you got to put a nice gold star for him on that. Because we ask for consistency with these guys. And Obi, when given the opportunity to expand his role a bit and his minute production, he has produced.
No, we can't do that we can only do that for RJ. RJ Barrett is the only young player on this team that we give absolute carte blanche to, mistakes and all. Everybody else can be criticized. Right? Because RJ was the draft pick, was the top 5 pick or the top 10 pick that actually showed us something from go. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know what y'all want to say. Man, okay, wait a minute. Be reasonable. Don't just let me bring in my guy real quick.
Let's get it. Y'all I be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting.
That's right.
On the air every day, I'm just podcasting. You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting.
Right.
Share my dreams with you, me and I'm podcasting.
What?
You can see my vision through the podcasting.
Yeah.
But don't forget J Boogie when I'm broadcasting.
What?
I'm podcasting,
What?
he's podcasting.
What?
I've been spitting this venom since Karate Flicks. When Mr. Sales was sharing nothing but the Knicks. I guess you know by now, I seen some tough years. Now I know the reason why Freezy got them blowing tears. Closest thing to the Reverend means I'm the deacon. Call up G-Mo just so he can talk allegiance. I'm squeezing.
J Boogie, what's good?
AM to my brothers, man. Hello, hello. How are you men doing, man? Shout out to the chat, man. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Beautiful Monday. Let's get it. What's going on? How you doing, man? I'm feeling beautiful. I'm feeling great. Hope you are the same. My Marbles get ready to win the national championship tonight. Let's go.
Oh man, come on! You lost me. You lost me that last little bit. I was with you. I was with you though. You know me. I was with you. I was with you. Let me bring in D'Angelo real quick though. D'Angelo, where's your intro at? Let me see. D'Angelo. Okay.
Salute everyone.
What's good, boss?
Mr. Angelo? What's going on?
So I'm having a moment. Yeah, so I'm having a moment, right? And in my moment, D'Angelo, let me just do this. This is sum up the moment that I'm having.
The winner of the 2022 AT&T Slam Dunk Contest from the New York Knicks, let's hear it for Obi Toppin.
I figure I spread some love and some joy amongst us, you know what I'm saying? Represent for my young fella. I'm Obi. When I put this on your head, I'm Obi. When I smash this on your head, I'm Obi. When I bang this on your head, I'm Obi. You know my name when I'm topping on your head. Last year they jerked us from the dunk test. This year I'm back, you know I'm Movex. I hold it down my own, represent the city. All my Mars underground chat stay gritty. 5 times we winners on the showcase. Never mind the Reggies, let them all hate. From New York to Cleveland, All-Star Weekend. If I don't win that trophy, I ain't leaving. 6'9", incredible with the vertical. Medical prints on the rim means I'm surgical. Posterize you with a flick cause you playing gutter. Same house like my dad when he played at the Rucker. How you wanted the alley-oop from out the roof. If I was Blake, I would've jumped over a new coupe. My shoe game by the greatest, so I stay sporting. Some OB hot toppings, so I went Jordan. That windmill from the wing and it make the garden buzz. They take off with one bounce where Fat Joe was. The next morning, everybody saying it's my night. The great Warner will be talking on my highlights. That one jersey be swerving through the back cuts. And I ain't drunk when I tell Quick to throw it up. Get out my way, you ain't seen that no look past. The next dunk, Mike Darrell Dork and break your glass. When I put this on your head, I'm Obi. When I smash this on your head, I'm Obi. When I bang this on your head, I'm Obi. You know my name when I'm topping on your head, I'm Obi. When I put this on your head, I'm Obi. When I smash this on your head, I'm Obi. When I bang this on your head, I'm Obi. You know my name when I'm topping on your head. Last year they jerked us from the dunk test. This year I'm back, you know I'm Movex. I hold it down my own, represent the city. All my Mars underground chat stay gritty. 5 times we winners on the showcase. Never mind the Reggies, let them all hate. From New York to Cleveland, All-Star Weekend. If I don't win that trophy, I ain't leaving. Y'all know what time it is. It's your boy J Boogie. I don't play no games with this. I support our team to the fullest, you know what I'm saying? But I only got one thing to say. Play the young kids, that's it. Y'all know where our future is at. The future is with them. Not in the past, not in the present, the future. Let's go. Let's go. When I bang this on your head, I'm Obi. You know my name when I'm topping on your head, I'm Obi.
Wow.
Yo. That's
Hey,
fire, bro.
That's tough.
Yeah,
cool,
that's
bro.
fire. That's
Nice.
fire. You know what
He
I'm saying?
deserved that, man.
Yeah, and so what I'm getting at is not only do I want to get on the Obi bandwagon, I think I might want to join the Obi fan club.
Where is G-Man at? He would. Oh my gosh.
Yo, G-Man is out there.
I was just
G-Man
thinking
is out there celebrating with me. He's in Kansas.
He in Kansas. Yeah. That's why you hadn't seen G-Man and the shows and all that stuff. We just have a weird scheduling thing going on, man. Yeah. I'm gonna tell him. You know me. I'm gonna tell him face to face. Like he can be the vice president. You know what I'm saying, of the Obi fan club. Because right now I just want to,
I just can't believe Freezy. This is just we've come so far.
Yeah.
So fast.
Shedding a tear.
Yeah, so far, so fast.
Did it come to last night's game for you to come to this realization, Freezy?
It was more like I overreacted when Obi was drafted. I said, hey, they're going to hang number 1 in the rafters. When Obi got drafted, I said all these things like Obi might finish his career as a top 5 NBA player, Knicks players of all time. And then Obi stumbled out the gate, right? And so it made me feel like every time I attach my heart to something, the Knicks let me down, right? Like every time I attach my Jerry and Grant, I was like, oh my God, for the first time ever, we have a super athletic point guard that's blazing fast, that can jump out the gym, got a pedigree. All we have to do is teach him how to shoot. Well, Jerry and Grant let me down, right? And then it was Frank Ntilikina. I'm like, oh my God, we finally got a defensive point guard, so we won't get roasted on defense. He's 6'7" with long arms. And listen, I know he's not 6'7", right? But then at the time, I was like, yo, they say the kid is 6'7" with a 7'2" wingspan, and he's got elite stuff, blah, 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 blah. And Frank let me down. And then there's Kevin Knox, right? And then y'all know RJ is my heartstring, right? RJ had been my heartstring since day one. Since the first time I saw the YouTube video of RJ crying at the free throw line against Chino Hills, I was like, I want that boy right there. I want him. At the time, he's 13, so it was cool to call him boy. But so he was like, pimple face kid, braces, crying at the free throw. I was like, yeah, I want him. I want him to be a Knick, right? Right. And then there's Obi. So for the first time that I can remember, the Knicks have a super athlete in the front court, right? A super athlete that can get out in space, not just Mitch, but somebody that can go with Mitch. You know what I'm saying? We like, yo, because all the power forwards we had before that were like the Kyle O'Quinn, Charles Oakley type, big brute, Dave DeBusschere type power forwards. You know what I'm saying? Ken the Animal Bannister type, Buck Williams type power forwards. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. St. Augustine College, same. So when we get a high flyer like Obi, I'm like, oh my God, this is it. This is it right here. Obi is gonna be. This is a new generation of. We are getting out of the old school and getting into the new school. And then Obi stumbled out the gate, and it broke my heart. And I as a fan of a team that constantly loses, you can't when your team constantly loses, you can't for championships, right? Because you never get there. But what you can do is hitch your wagon and tie your heartstrings to players. And I know you shouldn't, because the most important thing is not the name on the back of the jersey, but the name on the front of the jersey, right? But who cares? Who cares when you're not winning championships? When you're not winning championships, the names on the front of the jersey ain't as important as the name on the back of the jersey. Because at some point, You want to be like, okay, we play Golden State tonight, and I know we're gonna lose by 20, but let's see what this young core does. And I know y'all gonna crucify me. Man, you shouldn't root for the players. Don't tell me that when every day I come on here and y'all bombard me with play the kids, the kids of the future. Don't bombard me with that, man. Don't be hypocritical. Just hear me out in this point, right? Yes, I was upset that Obi stumbled out of the gate. Yes, I feel like it was my place to criticize him because we always waste first-round picks on guys and blah, 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 right? In my heart, though, in my heart of hearts, I always wanted the cat to be good, right? Because this Knicks team, this franchise is anchored in the past, right? When other teams, other franchises are saying, yeah, I want fancy dunks and three-pointers, our franchise and our fan base, we need more defense. What's better than having a great defense? More defensive players. We want to be like the old 90s teams, Pat Ewing and Charles. And that is a byproduct of an era gone by, right? What we don't necessarily we don't want that. What we want is championships by any means necessary. Because if we win whether we win game 7 of the NBA Finals 101-100 or 171-170, guess what? We won. Right? And so this thing with Obi, I saw as progressing towards the future. Because even though Julius Randle was a decent player at the time Obi got drafted, he still looked like the 6'8", 250-pound power forwards that we always had here that we could never get over the hump with. And guess what? And I love Randle, right? I'm not knocking Randle, but Randle is still a 6'8", 250-pound power forward that we can't get over the hump with. So my thing was at least Obi shows us a glimpse into the future. Maybe we can get into the 21st century like other NBA teams, right? Because the Golden State Warriors, who had won championships at the time, who was winning, they didn't have a 6'8", 250-pound power forward pounding the ball in the low post. They had wing players shooting threes. They had a point guard shooting threes. They had an innovative coach with an excellent play design. Like they collapse your defense on one side of the ball and throw long passes to the opposite side to spotted up three-point shooters. And sure, they wasn't the most athletic, but they sure can shoot that ball, right? And so when Obi stumbled out of the gate, yes, I was frustrated, right? And it took 2 years almost for me to get to this point with Obi, right? But we here, and I shouldn't have to confess all this stuff to everybody here, but I feel like I owe it to everybody that heard me bash Obi all this time. My bad, yo, for going on that rant, man.
You said something about stumbling, and I don't think necessarily it was a stumble. I just think he was just caught in a rock at a hard place, having to have a rookie season to play behind somebody that Randall literally had his best season of his career and resurrected a franchise and was put on the big market and saying, could this guy be the savior? I think that was a lot of stuff for Obi to deal with because don't forget, last year, how many minutes he played a game? 8, 9 minutes? If that, it's not a lot you could do with that. And then a lot with this year because they were hoping that Julius can duplicate of what he did last year. Obi had to play second fiddle to that as well, and the minutes were inconsistent. And we saw that when he did play minutes, most of the time he was productive, but you can't do it 17 minutes one game and then 8 the next game, and then 13 the next game, and then 9 the next game. It messes with players' rhythm. And of course, you can break that whole thing about, like, players just got to be ready. And of course, they do have to be ready, but also players also have to have a rhythm as well. When you deal with a woman, you deal with rhythm. You just don't go ahead and just bash yourself on. There's a rhythm, there's a chemistry in order for you guys to have a dynamic relationship. And I think it's the same thing with basketball players. And now that he is getting more of an opportunity and he is getting a little bit more minutes consistently, you're seeing more consistent play.
Yeah, and I'll add on to what Thea is saying because, like, I was watching Gmo's podcast yesterday during the game, and I'm like, I see people getting upset that he smiles and he doesn't dunk on people, and like they're getting upset because we compared him to Amari. But remember, Amari used to dunk on a lot of people. But what happened to them knees? His knees started messing up. The longevity wasn't there. I would much rather Obi get there, lay the ball up, finesse. If you get a dunk, you get a dunk. If you don't, you don't. As long as you make that basket, like I'm not gonna be mad because he don't play as tough as Amari or tough as anybody else. As long as you make that basket, I don't care. At that point,
Amari wasn't 220 either. Amari was 260.
Exactly.
So so the comparison is not even fair.
We could have been seeing most of this stuff all season long when we seen that everything was starting to slide downward. And we could have seen a lot of bring more minutes for these younger guys and all that stuff that we've talked about a million times.
Hey, D'Angelo.
You sound like a robot.
Transformer, bro.
Hey, you sound like D'Angelo AI.
You sound like
I thought you was going to say. I thought you was going to sing Computer Love.
Yeah. You sound like Megatron.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Maybe just come back in.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Your opportunity is the most important thing that Obi has received. He was given an opportunity, and along with his opportunity that he got, you know, so many times before when they was just putting into the game, he was always looking over his shoulders, you know what I'm saying? Wondering when am I getting ready to come out, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, as of right now, this moment, now he's getting the opportunity to play freely and play mistake-free. And as long as he's getting those type opportunities, things can happen for him. He can develop into certain things, you know what I'm saying? I always feel like it's better to be a late bloomer than a never bloomer. And you can see his skill sets, his confidence. The shots he was taking when he wasn't going down was confident shots. And I was feeling like, yeah, okay, as long as he has the confidence to take that shot, sooner or later, they will fall. Same thing with RJ when he was coming up. He had to build up to have confidence to take certain shots. And then they started falling. So long as he has the confidence within his game and the opportunity sets for himself, Obi can, you know what I'm saying, do a lot of things. What I don't want Obi to do, and I pray nobody gets in his head, I don't want to hear nothing about that strength, that gets strong, all that there. Because when y'all just started talking about Amari wearing, 220? No, he wore 260, something like that. That's because he put on that extra weight. You know what I'm saying? The same thing happened with Porzingis. He put on the extra weight. You know what I'm saying? Some bodies are not made to get bigger and bolted and land with that extra weight. Reggie Miller never put on the extra weight. He never went and got stronger. You know what I'm saying? But he beat you with other things in the court, learning how to run backdoor, play without the ball and all that there. So if Obi could just develop more skill set along with his confidence, you know what I'm saying? Keep your athleticism. Don't let nobody tell you got to get stronger, dude, and put extra weight on you, because that speed and quickness that you got causes a problem.
Mitch is an example. Look at Mitch. Look at Mitch.
Yeah, you can't hardly even move. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't want that for the guy, man. Your opportunity is here right now, man. Just keep doing what you're doing, and your time gonna come. He just had to get used to the NBA. Guys just as big as him, if not bigger, jump just as high as him, if not jump higher. You know what I'm saying? He had to adapt to that, as well as wait for his turn and opportunities, you know what I'm saying, to play, you know what I'm saying? But I'm happy for the kid, man. I'm happy for I'm happy for all our young kids, you know what I'm saying? Because when I say play the kids, it's not that I want them to be on the court because we don't have the right guys in front of them. It's just that it shows what happened when you play the kids. Look what Phoenix did. They played their kids young. Look where they at now. Look what Memphis has done. They're playing their kids, and look where they at now. So it shows that if you play the young kids and give them opportunity, you know what I'm saying, and let them know we're for you, you can become just like Phoenix. You can become just like Memphis. And that's what I want for our squad. When we need the right player, only the right player, bring them along. But for now, keep developing, man. Keep developing, man.
I got a question though. Let
me get this super chat real quick. Just real quick. So Parrish Duggar, thank you for your generous contribution, and thank you for being rock solid every day, bro.
Every day.
You know, we appreciate your generous contribution, financial and content wise. Parrish Duggar says our young core aren't that impressive individually with vets, but ever since this summer, Quickley, Obi, Grimes, McBride, Sims together. So like the Cleveland Cavaliers announcing team said the Bible gang, Emmanuel, Obadiah, and Jericho. You know what I'm saying?
Obadiah is killing me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I did want to speak to this thing real quick. Do I believe we have a crown gem in this core? I still believe in my heart that we may not have a crown gem in this group.
Which I agree.
But at the same time, playing these kids together and letting them develop chemistry, right, and good habits, right, and friendship and things like bonds beyond the basketball court, I think will help the Knicks win going forward. Because if you look at the roster up to this point, it has always been a revolving door of dudes coming in, play a year two, wind up going every year. We get another roster with so the continuity aspect of it, I think is a plus. And thank you for that, man.
Kendall, before you go, let me just say two things because I know you're going to go in a different direction. Boogie, I agree with you about the weight thing, but it has to be applied to his core, not his upper body.
Yeah.
Because you see, like when he jumps, for example, and he gets hit around his waist, he's like, oh! so he has to get stronger at his core. Then there was something else I was going to bring up too. Okay, my bad, I forgot.
Let me ask this question: as far as Obi, like the young players like Obi, Cam, maybe RJ, do y'all think putting them next to not next on the team, but like letting them go in the gym or like a player like Melo, not learning to just shoot every time down, but just like the footwork and the skill set like that, and let them learn from off of him? Would that be a good idea, especially for like Obi, since he got a quick first step off rip? If he could get some little post moves, stuff like that from, but not shooting but not the mindset of Melo. Well, I'm gonna go down there and shoot every single time down. Just like the skill set.
Obi bothers me though, in a sense where he doesn't have a long dribble. Like he's bursty, explosive. You know what I'm saying? Like taking off or whatever. But if I'm giving Obi the ball to say in the ISO, sizing somebody up, going, I don't know if I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like,
and it's something that could be developed.
Yeah, that's next step for him. Like get a quick jab step.
Handle?
Nah, not a handle, but just like, you know how Melo got the jab steps, quick jab step here, left, right, go up. You know what I mean?
Well, let me say this just real quick about Melo, and I promise I ain't gonna take over. But man, Melo is a born scorer. Like dudes are like cats like Melo, Alex English, George Gervin, Kevin Durant, Dr. J. They are born with these things like these, and they David Thompson. They born with these. David Thompson and Jay Boogie went to high school together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
I just couldn't go to the parties with him.
Nah, definitely not. But these guys are born with certain things, and if you don't have it by now, like at 24, if you don't have this thing by now, I don't think that he can ever get it. I'm not saying my man can't develop, but what I'm saying is I wouldn't consider him to be. I wouldn't put him in that category with the Melo. What I would do is offensively put him in a category like Sean Marion, right? And not Sean Marion's jumper, because Sean Marion's jumper is the ugliest thing you ever saw in your life. But what I'm saying is a system scorer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he don't need the basketball in his hands, cutting to the basket, slashing, point guard, hits him with blah, 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 blah. So anyway,
I see what you're saying. Like I said that before in the pod. Like I see him as being a Sean Marion type of guy.
Real quick too, I remember what I was gonna say. It takes players some years. It took Gary Payton 3-4 years. Yeah. It took Jason Kidd 3 or 4 years. It took Tracy McGrady 2 or 3 years. It took Giannis 3 or 4 years. It takes time. That's why development is so important. Yeah. And that's why it's so important through the time span of rookie contracts, because you got a 4-year window to find out whether you belong in this league or not. And that's why the average lifespan of the NBA player is 4 years.
Yeah.
No coincidence.
You got Kawhi and Paul George too. Add that to the list.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, they were in perfect situations too, though.
And
Paul
Bradley
George,
Beal. One more Bradley Beal too. You could probably add him to the list too. Bradley Beal wasn't like that off rip. He developed.
So
Obi's got a lot to. No, I'm just saying, Obi's just got a lot to get better on defense, especially.
Of course.
Defensively, he's not that great.
Look, people thought Joel Embiid was a wasted pick because he could have played on the court for 2 or 3 years. Look at that win.
Yeah.
Right.
And they had centers already. They had Noel, Okafor, Rashawn Holmes, Spencer Hawes. Yeah. Who was the other guy? Was it Dario Saric?
No.
Dario Saric.
Nah.
He wasn't there yet?
He was he's not a center though. He's more so a power forward.
Oh, okay.
You know, another thing that I noticed about Obi, you know what I'm saying, when he comes out the game, he's going to the bench and he's, you know what I'm saying, he's asking questions. You know, I see times where they put the camera on where he's asking a person this or asking a person that about something he did on the court. He's not coming out of the game with his head down, you know, like, hey, you know, put me out and all that, you know what I'm saying? And these were saying that, you know, I mentioned that earlier, you know what I'm saying? You got to have a rhythm and a roll, you know what I'm saying? And when your mindset is like, you look like, oh, man, I'm going to come out of the game. And no ball player in history of basketball, I don't care if you play juniors, biddies, midgets, you know what I'm saying, high school, summer league, NBA, it don't make no difference. No ball player likes to come out the game, you know what I'm saying? But it's understandable if I need a sub, you know what I'm saying? It's understandable if I got to go sub somebody. But now it's just that, you know, he's more happy within what's going on. He's getting the opportunity. And right now, Obi is trying to push. He's trying to push that man up out of there too. I'm telling you that. He's trying to nudge him out, let him know I can play that position with the opportunity. Now, can I score like him? No. But I can bring other things to the table that y'all need to take a look at that you won't be missing a lot. Missing out on a lot of things that you're really getting to have as a plus if Obi becomes like in that starting 4th spot, you know, in the future. So, you know, I just, you know, just wanted to say that too. And I say that all too, and still everybody know I've been a big Julius Randle fan, but not no longer when you hinder the team as you do in your mind frame, not your game, your mind, then I can't continue on supporting you. Put the wall up for our young ones, man.
Okay.
True.
So we are basically in a consensus here and in the chat that Obi has arrived. Take that as a no.
Nah, yeah.
Well, wait, it depends how you define arrive.
I'll say he's on his way. He's on his way.
I say he belongs in the NBA.
Yeah,
he's coming up.
Yeah, he's coming up. He's on the come up right now. That's all. There's levels.
All right, so maybe I am jumping out of the window. So let me say this. So an explosive 4-man that can dunk on anybody has incorporated a dribble pull-up and a 3-pointer to his game.
Mm-hmm.
And you might think so where is he? So right now, where's Obi ceiling? John Collins?
I mean, that's not bad.
No, I'm just saying, I'm talking about him being fair to the conversation. Mm-hmm. Like, in fairness to the conversation, not to Obi, to the conversation. What we're talking about, if the measure of where Obi Toppin can be, say in a couple years, is it John Collins?
Yeah, I would say possible. Yes. I would say yes.
That's a fair
assessment.
Comparison. If he gets a point guard on the team, I think you can see him shifting into a John.
But then
Collins,
you have the same problem. If you can have the same problem next year, and what are we going to do with him next year? Going to do the same role?
I asked that question a couple of months ago, Joe, and saying that do you get rid of Obi if he's only going to play 12 minutes behind again? because you bring it back Julius. And then if you do cut it to Julius's time, how is that going to feel? And if there was already bad chemistry this year, how would it be next year if his minutes are being cut? And
yeah.
That's a great situation, but I'm telling you, either Julius is gone and Obi is stepping in, or Julius is coming back and we're getting rid of Obi. But the thing I can say that we're getting out of Obi, the levels are going up either way. Whether Julius leaves, we're feeling okay. We're feeling like Obi got a brighter spot going into his spot. If Julius is here, Obi is lifting up his, you know what I'm saying, his standard right now as far as a trade bait too now. So we're rising up with Obi either way it goes right now. Because before we was thinking like that, what can we get for Obi? We ain't got nothing for him. We can't get nothing. He ain't play. He can't do this. He can't do that. Now he don't silence that. Now he's a trade target now. Best believe if they plan to keep Julius. But if we move on for Julius, we do know we got a man that can step in his spot. So I think with Obi, we're in a good spot, good positioning, with whichever way it's going to go.
Exactly. And long as you do something freezy, don't try to switch up on him on Wednesday because he guarding 9 times out of 10 guarding KD. And when KD giving him 50, don't try to switch up because that's KD. He's gonna give everybody 50.
So right now, I reserve the right to switch up on Obi.
Nah, don't do that. You know KD gonna cook him. Come on now.
Because here's the thing: the Knicks have 3 games left, right? 3 games left. They're not playing for a championship. They're not playing for. Obi has nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. So if I'm Obi, I'm in these last 3 games this offseason where the Knicks might be considering trading away the dude in front of me so that I can play, I'm leaving it all out there on the floor.
Oh yeah, of course you play hard. And you play hard. You play hard, but my thing is KD is gonna cook him. We know that. That's just a given. He cooked Randall.
But so what?
I'm just saying you play hard. You still play hard, but I'm not gonna like switch up and be like, I knew it was just a phase. Like I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just say
because you don't have to, now. That's all it is.
But you don't have to score a bunch of points to show your worth. You can.
I ain't talking about scoring. I'm talking about defensively. Defensively, you know, he's got a problem on defense.
I get it, but what I'm telling you is that Obi better show up, right? Because for one, this is our rival, right? For 2, Brooklyn is playing for something, right? For 3, there's an all-time great across the floor from Obi, right? Now, I'm not saying that Obi is going to give Kevin Durant 30 and 18, but what I am saying is if his shot's not going, he better do other stuff.
So basically, you just want to see Obi impact the game and something.
That is what I have been asking the entire time.
I'm just trying to see.
He ain't scoring. Just let me get like 7, 8, and maybe 5.
No,
like
if he could get 20, get 20.
That's what I'm saying. But if his shot not falling, you give me 8, 8, and 5. I'll be happy with that.
Some blocks. Hey, you know what I would take instead of things on the stat sheet? I would take some bruises, some purple marks on his arms from where he dove for loose balls. Or sold out on a block in transition. You know what I'm saying? Try to be impactful. Use that 6'9" bouncy frame, 44-inch vertical. Use all that stuff to be impactful. That's all I have been asking for from day one.
I'll tell you one thing. Obi get 30 and 18 at any point. Everybody's screaming for Randall. They might get Randall up out of him. We might go to Randall's house and move him out of New York ourselves if Obi ever get 30 and 18.
I'm just saying, bro. Not just that. Just impact the game. Like make his presence felt. That was my beef with Obi the entire time. Obi is complaining about minutes, but you played 8, and this is rookie season. You played 8 minutes, and I couldn't even remember when you were on the floor.
Oh, it was only 8 minutes.
Word.
Well, I mean, I can cook popcorn in 8 minutes, bro.
You'll have burnt popcorn though.
Yeah, exactly. I never told you I can cook.
You know, I was watching something last night, and it made me think about it. And I was talking about it with the guys in the chat yesterday, and it was about if you were a coach, right? What would you have told the guys yesterday to do going into yesterday's game, because we saw Alec Burke play 35 minutes. And it's not just about Alec Burke playing 35 minutes. It's also about he was running the offense.
Why?
When you have an IQ that needs the reps, right? You play IQ 30 minutes a game, right? And these last couple of games, running the point guard, he gets 90 to 120 minutes of experience running his own team. And you have Deuce. Now, Deuce looked like he had a little knee issue and stuff like that. It might have played a thing with his minutes last night.
Right.
But I couldn't tell from the way he was shooting. So I beg the question of, if I was coaching these guys, I would have said, guys, I want you guys. It's been a crazy season, right? We've had our ups and downs. It's been crazy. I want you guys to have fun tonight. And I'm going to start IQ at the point. And we're going to experiment with things. Mitchell, if you're on the dribble handoff and they're playing high on you, I want you to rip and I want you to go through that guy. And let's try that about 3 or 4 times. Grimes, you saw Grimes. He hit off a pin down curl. He got a 2 dribble pull up to the elbow, swish, right? I would have ran that again the opposite way. And then I would have said, hey, look for this option here because the roll's going to be available because that big's going to come up because you just hit the jumper.
Right.
You see, like I would have experimented with all these types of different things. I would have had Sims fouled out and played 25 minutes. Taj would have never graced the floor.
Oh, don't get me started.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So I'm interested. I want to hear from you guys about how, if you guys were at the coaching helm yesterday, how would you had approached that game? And is it different from what Tom Thibodeau did yesterday?
I'll go first.
Absolutely.
I'll go. The first thing I would have did is incorporated Mitchell Robinson in the game offensively more, because you don't have anything to play for at this point but player development, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Right now, we're basically we're going to pick somewhere between 10 and 12, whatever, wherever we or slot it. Of course, we can't predict the lottery. But so I'm like, hey, Mitch, listen, when we roll that pick and roll from the top of the key, right? So what we're going to do is make you a popper instead of a roller.
Right.
Right. And even if the shot is not there, this is what bigs get that's valuable. A big gets a look at the rim from the top of the key. So even if he doesn't shoot there initially, gets these looks at the top of the key like, man, listen, I think I might be able to make that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And the threat is there. Now, all of a sudden, the defense that and y'all see it. Basically, what the drop man does is he squats, get his backside and hips, level with the baseline and drop to the level of that ball handler so that nobody can come in behind him, which is what Tibbs was telling Jericho Sims, the reason why he snatched him a couple times. Nobody gets behind him, and the ball is always in front of you for you to contest, right? For you to contest a shot or a pass, right? I'm telling Mitch not to go. Mitch, set a hard screen up top, Mitch. Set a screen. Don't just stick your butt out and go. Set a hard screen, and then open your hip, your outside hip, so you'll be square with the basket. Now, when you catch it, you have the ball in your hands, looking at the rim. Now, I want you to shoot it. If you don't feel comfortable, don't. Right, but at least pump fake or dribble towards the rim or something. Right, where the defense has to respect you as a part of the offense. Now, when the defense respecting you, now it's 5-on-5, and it's not 4-on-5. Like when Randall's on the floor or Mitch does the dribble handoff and one man can guard 2 Knicks offensive players.
Yeah.
And it's the reason why. And so for those that don't understand what I'm saying or think I'm just babbling, right? It's the same concept y'all have been putting in the chat all year about getting a stretch 5. It's the same concept, except the stretch 5 is comfortable shooting that shot. Mitch is not ready yet. I mean, he's not ready yet, and you can tell. But I'm forcing Mitch to do that. I'm like, Mitch, if you don't take this shot right here, I'm taking you out of the game. I'm going to play Sims.
Yeah. So you disagreed how Tom worked his. Okay, good, no problem.
He's a basket case, bro. How do you
Yeah.
play? How do you play Burks that many minutes? Why does Taj Gibson have a uniform?
Yeah,
Facts.
I was just gonna say that, just to enhance our point, right? If know that we're playing for development, like D's saying, just go ahead and give IQ the reps at point guard. Somebody put in the chat, I think it was Manchild. Why are we developing a 30-year-old journeyman? You know what you're getting out of Alec Burks. He's not going to
For
get
real.
better than what
Facts.
he's shown you last
Right.
season. So why are we developing a 30-year-old journeyman and a 36-year-old guy who's on his way to a coaching job, assistant coaching job?
Because
Taj Gibson should not have even stepped foot. He shouldn't have even taken the warm-up off.
why was he even in Orlando?
Yeah. He shouldn't.
Why,
Yeah,
why
right.
is Taj still with the team
Yeah,
with
that's
3 games left?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Why is he even taking off his warm-up?
And we like Taj, and we root for all 15 players on the Knicks roster, right?
Mhm.
We root for everybody, but at some point you have to establish
enough is enough.
In order of importance,
right?
A pecking order. You got to right at this time. Come on, man, develop the kids, play these kids, man.
Here's another thing too, right? If you have Quickley run the point, right? Why did you have Evan play more minutes? Because Evan runs a lot of action with pin downs and curl actions and flare screens and stuff of that nature. Why don't you take out that time to get IQ acclimated to that type of action? We're working with that type of guard so he could be better prepared next year, so he's not dribbling the hell out of the damn basketball on the shot clock. You see, it's little subtle things like that.
Right.
Because Tibbs is stubborn. Like, I would take, honestly, if I was at the coach, I'd be like Jay Boogie. I'd give him a motivational speech. I go to RJ, I go to Obi, and I go to Quickley, and I look at him and I'm like, it's y'all time. Let me see. It's y'all time. RJ, I want to see a left to right crossover, right to left. I'll notice that every single time he dribbling on the defender, he goes tween, step back, and then bully his way to the. I want to see a left, right.
Left, right is what you're saying.
Yeah, like I want to see a left, right.
Left.
Yeah. Like, let me see.
You want RJ to go right.
Nah, I just want him to just, like, give me a little.
You just want him to show you what he
something.
has. Yeah,
like, because he don't never cross over all the way. He'll, tween bully post, but he won't cross over crazy. Like, let me see what you got. Obi, you got a lane, you dunking on somebody. I don't care who it is. You got a lane, you take the shot, take as much shot, shoot the ball all day. I don't care if you take 40 shots this game, shoot it. It's Orlando anyway. You shoot the ball.
And I agree too. If you saw the way how Mitch was just dominating Bamba, I don't know who wanted to trade for Bamba, but you should definitely throw that off the table.
I put that up.
After how Mitch victimized him, I think you want to throw that off the table. And for me, like you said, D, you might as well go ahead and throw Sims out there. Let him. If he fouls out, oh well. It's nothing that he's losing.
No biggie.
Getting reps and learning how to play defense. I don't understand why you don't throw him out there and just let him get the burn.
Yeah, it's another guy that I said too that people were clamoring for. RJ Hampton shot 2 of 10 last night. Did absolutely nothing.
We're good on him.
I'm good on him. Would y'all try to steal Fultz? You would try to steal Fultz?
Fultz can't shoot, but I mean, as far as running the offense, it'll look a hell of a lot better than what we have. So
I just thought it was funny how I remember guys saying, "Yeah, we need to replace if Mitch leaves, replace him with Bamba." And you just saw how Mitch made Bamba look so irrelevant last night.
Yeah, for real. Jay Boogie could have done different.
Yeah, putting them in that rim. That's what you're supposed to do. Put them all the way in that rim. See, I watched Mitch the other day working out. Before the game, and all he was doing was guard drills, ball handling through the legs, behind the back, pull up jumpers. But when you're in the game, you don't look to do. You don't look to do any of that. You don't look at a drop step, none of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to help your game, and that's going to help the team. You got to go in the off season and develop these type things. You know what I'm saying? Now, outside of, a little threat, what they've been talking about with the Obama situation, you know what I'm saying? I really don't even see why Mitch is on the floor. I don't need Mitch on the floor. I don't need RJ on the floor. I don't need Burks on the floor. I don't need Evan on the floor. Now, if you telling me that you bringing Grimes back, which I wouldn't even brought Grimes back because of his situation, but you bringing him back, that means I'm taking somebody out. One of these guys right here, they got to get out the game. I got the maneuver. Tom, you got to do these young kids and put them out there for one reason and this reason. Let them develop. Second thing is, it also lets you know when these guys' contract becomes a team option, that lets you know if I'm getting rid of them, if these guys is ready. You know what I'm saying? These guys is not showing that they ready. When these other guys become team option, is let me know that I got to continue on keeping these guys here and keeping them in the way. But you know what I'm saying, Tom, you got to make the proper adjustments, you know what I'm saying, going into your third season. He's going to be here next year. He's a 3-year guarantee. This is the last of your guarantee. After this right here, hey, the door's open. It swings both ways. It goes left and it goes right. It opens and it closes. One of the ways you're going to go, Tom. I don't know where you're going or what's going to happen, but yo, you got to make the proper reads and adjustments during the game, not before the game, not at night, not after the game when you're on the pedestal and you make a conversation. During the game, X's and O's, right timeouts, right subs, stop overplaying people. Do the things that you need to do as a coach, man. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll feel better about you, Tommy.
Yeah, I hear you. And I think the war cry that I would have instilled yesterday was forget winning, have fun, and experiment.
Yeah.
And our coach did none of that yesterday. And that's why, and the front office can go with him too.
All you did was tie up the season with him. 2 games. So what? You should have never lost to them.
And you know the funky thing about this is not just where we are in terms of game number 78, but we were beating the brakes off them.
Yep.
And didn't experiment.
Yeah.
We were beating the brakes off them. Not just game 78, a game that don't matter, a late season game, you just playing out the string.
Blowout.
It was the perfect time for you to run lineups like McBride, Grimes, and RJ together. You know what I'm saying? It was a perfect time to play. Give Obi some minutes at center. Why not?
Facts. Man, I would have took it so far. I'd have said, yo, Sims, bring the ball up. I'd have took it mad far.
Right. This is when you high step. And so for the old heads in here, for the old heads in the building, right? You knew a game was over when your center, and this is old school, when your center shot a 3. It was a signal to the other team that we got our foot on y'all neck so much that y'all better bring in y'all reserves, because if not, we gonna make this lead 40. Right? I remember seeing the Portland Trail Blazers up on the Lakers, right? By 19. They couldn't get to 20, they couldn't get to 25. Because the Lakers would chip away. And the Portland finally, under Rick Adelman, right? The Portland Trail Blazers finally got the lead to 22. And they run this play. And Drexler dives to the basket. And Duckworth doesn't pass it. And he's alone at the top of the key. Nobody around him, bro. Whoa. It was like a tree in the middle of the forest. Because everybody respected Drexler and Terry Porter and Jerome Kersey.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Freezy. I just saw something in the chat, and
I'm responding to it right now.
I'm gonna mute my mic because that's crazy.
Yeah, I saw. Okay, but the point I'm getting at is Kevin Duckworth shot a 3, banked it off the glass, and it went in. Right, and the Lakers coach went right to his bench and was like, you know what I'm saying, signaling, hey, we ain't coming back. This game over. If Duckworth hitting 3s, it's over. Right? Yeah. Tibbs, you beating a team with no fight left in them. They playing out the string and they hurt. Come on, Tibbs. You can't run a play. You can't run plays for Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, you can't run. You can't let us see what Jericho Sims has outside of the paint. Come on, man. Come on, bro. And I'm not saying high step on them, but I'm saying high step on them, Tibbs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to show us that this was the perfect opportunity for Tibbs to prove his doubters wrong. I'm not really a curmudgeon. I can get deep into my offensive bag. This was the perfect time for him to do that. He didn't.
Yeah, we see Taj in the corner shooting threes. Only thing Taj should be developing is he should be developing on the clipboard.
Lunch menus.
Yeah, that's what they should be developing the team schedule for the road.
Yeah.
Keeping the team together.
Yeah.
Maintaining the locker room.
Uh-huh.
Calling
Right.
team meetings. You know, fussing people out like you're done. That's your job.
Right. The only thing that Ty should be doing is organizing the team barbecue in his backyard.
Creating
That's it.
itineraries for the week.
Yeah, he should be Obi's kid godfather or something like
Yeah,
that.
they're doing the old man stuff.
He should have told Julius what your has told Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. But I ain't playing.
Yeah.
There's always truth in jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And so the thing I was getting just real quick, man, is come on, Tibbs. We want to root for you, bro. Like people want you, people talk trash about firing you and all these things because you have a vice lock on the pistol grip, right? If you a shooter, you don't need to have a vice lock on there, bro. I know these things, Tibbs. Loosen up.
You know what's crazy? If it wasn't for his stubbornness and stuff, sometimes like we could easily have been a 45-win team this year. We right there anyway, but not
right.
We wasn't that far off. But his stubbornness messed it up.
Right, and we want all we want to do is Tibbs take the and so this is the wrong example because I'm just like Mr. Rogers today, but Tibbs, all we want you to do is loosen up your collar, man. You know what I'm saying? Lighten up.
Have fun.
Yes.
Have fun with the team.
You up by 30 and you got kids here.
It's because he's the type of guy who doesn't know how to have fun. This is his life. You see it. This is his life. He doesn't know how to have fun. This is what it is for him. It's like win, beat people down. That's it.
Didn't he wear his coach's outfit, the uniform with Fat Joe when they went out in Miami?
Yes, he didn't even shower.
Like,
he didn't even shower. He went straight to the restaurant.
And how you gonna go out in Miami and Knicks drip? Like, what's up with you?
Because he don't care. His life is. You see, he brought his wife with him, right? The basketball.
I was about to.
I'm about to say what wife?
Remember he called off the
engagement. Yeah, he need a date.
He called off the engagement, Kendall, because he wanted to focus on coaching.
Nah, that's wild, man. Listen, everybody need that. The wife is your backbone. My wife right now doing her makeup right here next to me while I'm potting. You need that.
Hey, shout out to the fam. Hey, shout out, fam.
Yes, beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful, man.
Yeah, man.
Family is so beautiful, man.
That's what.
By the way, we got 116 watching. We only have 45 likes. Guys, let's get those thumbs up. Only takes 2 seconds.
That's all it is. While you're typing in the chat, just hit that button.
Hit that like button.
Might as well.
Yeah, you go. Your finger jumping over it.
Yo, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all share these things, man. We putting out here a product that I know it's different from what you're used to in Knicks Universe, but you got an AM Knicks show that comes on about 300 days a year. A morning show about the Knicks that comes on about 300 days a year. That's insane. How much Knicks content can you possibly get? We don't care. We're gonna be here anyway. We're gonna be rocking and rolling because we want to be here with y'all. So show some, so reciprocate that love, man. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share on your social medias and such. You know what I'm saying? So that we can continue building this momentum so we can continue to grow the family.
Yep, we love y'all. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here, and we want to reciprocate that relationship. Absolutely.
So what we doing with the white boy on the Knicks? What's his name?
Don't get me started. No, you know, don't even get me started.
Arachnophobia. His name is Ryan Arachnophobia, right?
Yeah. He don't even fit. He don't even fit. Like, I'll be looking at him like, you know,
he's
that
tough though. He's a tough dude though.
Yeah, but you know everybody got that white boy in their camp.
How did we fall so far? We replaced Theo Pinson with Ryan Archidiakono. Because
that means you're afraid of snakes, right?
That's spiders, arachnophobia. Spiders.
Oh God.
It's just sad though, because it's like I don't know why he's here. Like I don't get it.
Oh, well, he got them $100 haircuts. You see
Like
the
he has
comb
to be
over?
related. He has to be related to Tibbs. He has to.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I can gain.
That's Tibbs' nephew.
Like a third cousin or something
Yeah, that's Tibbs'
from his
nephew.
wife, from his
family,
sister's side or something.
Yeah, distant family or something.
That's his ex-fiance nephew. So she told him, "I'm gonna take your money if you got ahead. I'm gonna leak some stuff about you. You better put him on the team."
Yeah.
Here's another thing. Oh, I'm sorry, Freezy. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Because I was going to start talking quick. Let's start talking about my booth thing, Emmanuel, quickly, bro.
Oh no, go ahead, do that, and then I got something for after.
Go ahead. I'm gonna jump off real quick and do something for Karen Fung, but I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, no doubt. So, shout out to It's Me. He or she was on the chat. I'm not sure if it's a guy or girl. I've had conflicting on what it is, but anyway, they said something that made me think. And the question I have for you guys is that: do you guys think that Tom Thibodeau runs this front office? And if he does, how much of it does he or does he not?
It's iffy because sometimes it be seeming like he does, and then sometimes it look like he don't. But if he does, I would say maybe 30%. I'll say 30. I wouldn't say, because some of the moves that they make, it look like it frustrates him. You know what I mean? So I'll say 30%.
Okay. Anybody else?
10%.
10%.
Yeah.
I think it's like Kendall saying, it's confusing because it's like they give these contracts to some of his good old boys, and it's like I'm not understanding. And then some moves they make, it's like, yeah, Todd did not want these guys here. But it's like at the same time, like we're overpaying for Taj Gibson. We low-key overpaid for Derrick Rose, even though he had a good season. Like we're bringing his guys in, but at the same time, we signed Kemba Walker.
Right.
So I don't know.
How about you, Jeff?
Yeah, I think on the low, I think because that is Leon's man. I think Leon does a little bit of thinking and tries to do certain things, but certain things that Leon is unsure about doing, he gets Tom's opinion about it on the low. That's what I think. I'm believing they're about half and half throughout the whole thing, man. I mean, I think they're about 50%. Leon 50, Tom. You know what I'm saying? That's his guy. He knows a lot about the business. He knows about doing certain things. But Leon really, really doesn't know all the things correctly. Right. But when he gets to the point where he doesn't know or he's unsure about what he's doing, I believe he has that conversation with Tom. Right. I know he ain't asking Wes, because Wes, he in there with Levi jeans and a corduroy jacket. Man, I thought you were world.
Boogie, what did Jay-Z say about him? Worldwide mess. That's what he is.
Worldwide mess.
So from your answer, Jay,
shout out to Worldwide West.
so from your answer, Jay Boogie, you're saying that Tom definitely does have a yay or nay in the executive room when they make decisions. That's what you're saying with that assessment.
Yeah, I believe so. That's what I think, man.
Okay. How about you, Freeze? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think it's a Knights of the Round Table scenario where everybody is together. Everybody has not equal say, but everybody has their say heard. And I think that leads to sometimes being in a situation where the leader is unable to make a stern decision because there are so many compelling and emotional arguments being put forth. And so basically what I'm getting to is inept. Right. Yeah. That's what I'm getting to. And
from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I don't want to disrespect these folks, you know what I'm saying? Because this is something I'll say it to them in a certain way, dress it up. And so I want to dress it up here. I'm going to stop calling them inept because these dudes are professionals, right? But what I want to say though is I do not have confidence in the decision-making process. Not that the answers are not available in the room. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the answers are not available in the room. What I'm saying is getting to the answers seems to be a struggle for this front office, right? Because the answer to this season, I'm assuming this team could have won 50 games if at the time you knew Kemba was having knee issues and Derrick Rose's ankle was clicky, you would have went out and acquired a quality veteran point guard that would have saved the season.
Yeah.
Right,
maybe
right
like Rondo, that wasn't playing.
Right, who was available, right? Because this team lost a lot. Think about some of the games that we lost. Don't think about the blowout games, because every now and then the team's going to get blown out, right? But think about the Phoenix game when Alec Burks misses a free throw and doesn't get the rebound. Phoenix gets it and hits a Hail Mary, right? A Hail Mary at the buzzer, right? Think about all these games that we were in the game up until like 4 minutes left to go, but we have Alec Burks at point guard not knowing what he's doing, right? And I'm not blaming Alec Burks because Alec Burks would have still been on the floor probably because he's missed the fourth quarter, right? But if you have a Rondo there to direct traffic or somebody similar, right? Somebody said to think about all the games where we had these huge leads on these teams that were trying to give up. They were trying to lay down against us, but our offense had got so inept and so bogged down that the team, they just hit a few shots and then they gained momentum and then they reeled us in and beat us by 5 or 7 when we had a 20-point lead.
And the Portland game where Simons started going off in the last 2, 3, or 4 minutes of the game when we was winning most of the game, and then he just started going crazy in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Right, because we couldn't guard him, nor could we run offense.
Right. And we didn't adjust to what was going on either. So
right. And so all this took Leon Rose, if you watching, all this took, man, was a quality point guard. And don't tell me about money, because we traded for guys and cut them. We have dead money on the cap right now. We traded for a dude with a blown out knee from Atlanta.
We have the 4th cheapest overall salary cap in the NBA. We have money.
Right. And so think about Denzel Valentine. We traded for him and then cut him, right? Why would you trade for Denzel Valentine and cut him? Why? How come
stupid?
$2
million, I think, was it? Right, that was
$2 million.
The grand prize.
Yeah. And so my thing is if you take out the penny pinchers and let the basketball minds talk, let the basketball minds have their say. I understand saving money for the owner is crucial in a season where you're not competing. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that if you're not going to do nothing, don't spend money. Don't put $3,000 rims on a $1,000 car. I get it, right? What I'm saying is this though. If you wanted to save this season, you could have gone out and gotten man, listen, you could have got DJ Augustine. He signed with a team in January.
You could have put Schroeder on this team.
Yeah. Right. And you know what it saved you? It would have saved you from Randall having a disastrous season. It would have saved you from the team when COVID hit. It would have saved you from all them games we went in underhanded and undermanned because you got young kids that don't know what to do. You put a captain with them to direct your kids instead of kids directing kids during that stretch. So now you got kids directing kids and the kids lost. You know why? Because they didn't know. You can't blame them. You can't get mad at the kids for not knowing stuff. They don't know it until you play them, Tibbs. They don't learn until you play them. But you put a captain out there, and I say a captain, which I know I mean floor general. You put a floor general out there with them to help them learn and to steady the ship and to lessen the load on Derrick Rose and to lessen the load on Kemba Walker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I understand you got McBride, but you weren't playing McBride anyway. Right. So don't bring up McBride as the reason why you didn't go get a guy, because you wasn't playing him until the season was over. So, I mean, it's just small stuff, man. You could have saved Randall by just going out and getting a point guard. But like, no, hey, Juju, no, we not running your play this time. We running such and such and such and such. I know Tibbs is, and this is what I learned from Chauncey Billups. I saw Larry Brown calling screaming ISO for Rasheed Wallace, and Chauncey Billups came down and he ran a play that got Rip Hamilton an open shot at the elbow. Right, and Larry Brown was cussing Chauncey Billups out. And then you know what happened the next time down the floor? Rasheed Wallace was looking for the ball, and Chauncey Billups ran a play to get an open shot for Rip Hamilton. Right? When they went to the bench, Larry Brown cussed out Chauncey Billups. But the Pistons won.
Yeah.
That's because he see the floor better. He see the game way better from that perspective.
Right. And my man was a veteran, and he had a feel for the game because he's on the floor.
Hey, no, Freezy. Guess what? And I'm trolling here. But Tibbs said, you know what? Yeah, I got my veteran point guard, Alec Burks. He don't need to spend money. He already got somebody.
But since you talking about that Burks at the point guard, I'm gonna ask y'all this, right? And I'm gonna help Freezy out. That's my baby bro. 2 games ago, one of our last 2 possessions, I seen RJ come down the court and do something crazy out of control, right? And it almost hindered us with taking an L. That very next possession, once we got the ball, I seen Quickley with the ball in his hand, and I saw Burks come to Quickley and to come get the ball, and Quickley waved him off. Nah, go, get up, move. I got this, move. Go ahead, get in your spot. I'm getting ready to run it.
Right.
And Quickley came up. He ran the clock like he was supposed to. He bobbed and weaved off the high screen, penetrated to the right side of the lane, and looked straight to his sharp left eye and hit Burks in the corner for the trade. Bam, knocked down. With that being said, is it okay to just let Quickley just go ahead and run some things for right now? Yeah, right now.
We know this.
3D.
We know this.
Is it okay to give him the keys?
We know this.
As we should.
And this is what, and because of that, Jay, is the reason why I asked: how much influence, how much power does Tom have with this front office?
Right.
And my assessment, to break it down very quickly, is this: I think everybody's in control and nobody's in control at the same time. If that makes any sense. And everybody has their own agenda going on in this sector, and somebody has their agenda going on in this sector and in that sector, and none of it is coming together.
That's what you call putting protection on yourself, just in case things don't go right. You can't blame me and say I did it. No, somebody needs to take responsibility within our organization, man.
Yeah, and nobody is. And the only one that came out and said something was Wes to Tibbs, and saying that this is all his fault. So you could take that 2 ways. You could take it as the front office is trying to save their butt because the house is on fire, or did they really give an executive position to Tom Thibodeau, like a president of basketball operation, untitled, like he did in Minnesota, because they had to lean on him, and a lot of these decisions are his. So it depends how you read it, but it could be interesting.
You know what, dude? Either way you look at it, with those 2 options that you just gave me, the front office looks bad either way. Because one way, you just don't know what you're doing, or the second way, you still don't know what you're doing, and you just say, you know what, Tibbs, save me because I just got hired, but I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they came to him with their tail between their legs, like, oh, please, I need your help. I don't really know. Yeah, you're right, Sam.
That's it.
And then if you really get deep with it, then it's really on Dolan, because then why the hell did you hire guys that are not capable to take care of the job fully and be able to dictate what they want from the higher? Because don't forget the front office, what do they have? They have a bird's eye view, right? The coaching staff are the ground soldiers, right? They're the generals and ground soldiers. So if your guys at the top, at a bird's eye view, can't call this the way it should and be able to dictate exactly how they want the organization to go, you cut them easy.
I want a chance taker.
I wish I could catch James playing that guitar. Let me talk to you, man. Sign this piece of paper, man. Let me catch you, man. You should have somebody that a halfway kid, and we'll get the right people in the right positions to do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
What if he tells you that you got to buy an album first before you talk to him?
Man, I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no problem with it, man. Whatever it is we got to do to help get them Knicks right, we gonna do it. We're not going to keep going down this road that we've been going down. Man, shout out to my man Joe Sheen, man, off top, coming over to the Giants. You know, it's off rip. Fix that offensive line. Off rip. That's what I'm talking about. When you get in that office, handle your business off top, man. Do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Not what you think you need to do. Do what's necessary for the team that's going to help benefit everything, man. Stop all this old nonsense and all this, man. These guys, man.
Because they're scared that they scared. It's like they doing everything like they're scared. And that's annoying. Like, we could say what we want. Isaiah Thomas was horrible, but at least he took chances. Like, he made a big trade here and there. And it's like, these guys don't make no type of big trades. They don't sign no big plays. They don't do nothing. And you look at the teams that take those chances. Look at the Lakers. Yeah, they suck now, but they traded everything for AD and they got that one ring. I bet you we take that one ring.
But you know what, too, Kendall? We wouldn't even feel as bad if they made smart bargain moves like the D Rose move. But when you don't do anything like we're seeing this year, and then you overpay for these journeymen, it makes you look worse because now you're not even now you're being conservative, but you're also not banking on anything that you're bringing in here.
And also, too, you did make a move, which was Cam Reddish. And then we had to practically give Tibbs electrical shock therapy for him to react, for him to play him 12 to 15 minutes.
You know what get me tight about that, though? With the Cam thing, they did that, in January, right? It's like they ate a meal in January and said, I'm full for the rest of the year. I ain't going to do nothing else. Like, come on, you just sat and just didn't want to eat during the trade, the trade deadline. You just sitting there, I'm full. My stomach hurt from Cam. I'm good. Like, come on, do something. And we needed a point guard. You know that we needed a point guard. You didn't even try to. Like, come on.
You wouldn't give up a first-round draft pick, some extra for Ball, but you'll give up a first-round draft pick for a forward and bring him over here. He ain't even playing. Come on, man.
Yeah, for real. D'Angelo, did you have okay, Jay. Thank you for coming.
Man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Sam, I need that degree. Degree, man.
I got you, Boogie. I got you.
All right, Jay. Right. Hey, Kendall, good rocking with you, man. Y'all have a blessed day, man.
Yeah.
All
you
right.
too, Jay. Take care, bro.
Angel. Pull a call over, man. Pull a call over. You're the only person that talk every day in the car.
He a working man.
I thought people working out. He working the car.
I thought he was a DT at first.
All right. Now he just picking up everything from his drops. Like, he making
driving
drops.
Uber.
Yeah.
What you doing? All right. God bless us, man. Freezy, my brother, man. All right.
Jay, take care.
Oh man.
D'Angelo, did you have anything to say about Tibbs and how much control you think he has or doesn't?
No, I'm just listen. It just trickles down. I mean, why would you even want him to make any decisions like say, "Oh, I want this one and that one"? Look how it worked out in Minnesota. It just can't go to him with making the decisions. That's why, and this is where it falls back from Dolan. Dolan, if you don't know who to hire in the basketball operations, and you hire this novice group, which is Leon Rose, I mean, what are we doing? I mean, it's just scary about next year because I don't know what are we going to do. You know, what are they going to do? What moves are going to make? We're going to have the invisible front office. I don't know. That's all I really have to say. It's almost the same story. It's the same. It's the same story. You know. So anyway,
I don't mind your repetitiveness, by the way. That's
yeah. Hey, say that again. Yeah, man.
About to call the referees.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here, man. I gotta get some lunch, and I'm doing the thing for Karen Fung, man. So if
what time is that?
When you open the email, it'll have different times and different links
Right, but I'm gonna do the one today. So I want to know if she started already and
it
she's
started
waiting
already.
for us. Oh, okay, all right.
I was already in there. I left and jumped into it.
Okay,
It's 11:30 to 12:30.
okay, all right, Karen. I'm gonna jump it in now then.
Yeah, so I jumped in for a few minutes, but I'm gonna jump in one tomorrow too.
Okay.
So, yeah. Hey, everybody, thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate y'all. Mad love to everybody. Thank everybody for coming out, man. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Peace.